What's up guys, it's Ben. I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about why attraction is such a real thing and why most men just fail to see attraction as something that's super important. A lot of guys, they think, oh, taking care of yourself and being attractive, that's something that the girl has to worry about. That's something that's for the girl to do. And as a result, a lot of guys tend to neglect that part of themselves. A lot of guys tend to neglect having to take care of themselves, whether it be skincare or, the way they dress. Some guys are still lazy to work out. It's 2024. We got to be on that. We got to be working out. We got to be taking care of physique. But for some guys, they also don't do that. So if you don't take care of your physique, if you don't take care of the way you look, of your face, and also the way you dress and things of that nature, then you're really not going to be attractive towards the opposite sex. A lot of girls say that personality is super important, that personality matters. But the reality is that just like we like a girl for their looks and then we stay around for their great personalities, you have to understand that for guys, it's the same thing too, right? Yes, a girl will get lured in by your looks, but she's only going to stay for your personality. But at the same time, if you don't have the looks, she's not going to be attracted to you in the first place. So she's not really going to give you a chance. So that's why it's super important as a guy to really focus on building an ensemble of good traits about yourself, right? So yes, you want to work on your personality, but you also got to make sure that your looks are up to par, because it's super important for everything to be at a high level. The first reason why taking care of your attractiveness and becoming more attractive is super important as a guy is because it gives a girl a window into who you are. So let's say you're meeting the girl for the first time, right? She sees the way you look. She thinks you look presentable. She thinks you take care of yourself. She's going to look at that as wow, not only is this guy attractive, but yes, he takes care of himself, which means that he takes care of himself in all ways. He's very disciplined. Odds are if we'd be in a relationship, he'd take care of me, right? He'd be probably a good leader, a good protector, and I would feel comfortable around him. So the girl is going to feel totally comfortable around you. And it's crazy how she'll feel that way simply based off just the way you look and your attraction level. And that's why it's super important to take care of how attractive you are, right? Because if a girl sees a guy who doesn't look as good, and remember, yeah, you might be born ugly, you might be born not looking so handsome, but the truth is that with a lot of work being put into your looks, naturally, of course, you can actually make yourself look really good. And you can also start actually being attractive to the majority of people around you. So what I'm trying to say is, even if you're not born with the best looks, you can totally come out looking attractive and looking great. So back to what I was saying, not only is attraction super important for the vibe that the girl gets off you, but like I said before, if you're lazy, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you don't look great, the girl's going to see that as, okay, this guy's not disciplined, this guy's not on top of his stuff. Odds are he's not super successful, because girls form ideas about these things, right? If he was more successful, odds are he would be more attractive, he would take care of himself more. And odds are, right, if you're lazy, then you'll be lazy in the relationship with her. Maybe you wouldn't be as communicative, you wouldn't be the leader that she's looking for, you wouldn't be able to provide for her. All these questions start going through her head. And it's crazy how just based off that primal attraction and the feel she gets for you, that's going to form her entire impression on you at the beginning. And remember, while her impression could change of you over time, you're never going to get to know her like that, because she's never going to give you that chance. And that's all a result of you just simply not taking care of yourself enough. The second reason why attraction is so important is because looks draw the person in. There's a saying that says that looks draw the person in and personality is what keeps them around. And that's super true. Looks are what draw someone in. And if your looks are not up to par, the person's simply not going to give you a chance. You could be the nicest person ever. You could have the best traits. You could have the most amazing personality. And you could be the most valuable person in the world. But if your looks are not up to par, then they're simply not going to give you a chance. And that's why it's super important to constantly be putting in that work on your looks. Of course, you want to continue growing on your personality. Of course, you want to continue growing with your personality and working on that as well. But the looks is also something that needs to be highly, highly valued and improved upon. The third reason is that, as guys, we tend to like looks a lot on women, and we find looks very attractive. A girl who doesn't take care of her looks is someone that will immediately rule out most of the time, simply because we value attraction to such a great extent. And what you have to understand is that girls value attraction a lot too, right? They might not say it. They might say that personality is super important, which it is for them. And odds are it's probably more important for them than it is for guys. But still, the looks and the physical aspect to the man is super important to the woman as well. And that's why if you want an attractive girl, then you got to be that attractive guy, right? It's a two-way street, and with relationships it's always a two-way street. So when you want a girl who's attractive, you got to make sure that you're attractive, right? Because otherwise, why would she want you? Why would she want someone who's not attractive, who's lazy, who's not putting that work in on their looks, when she's busy worrying about her looks all day, getting her nails done, doing her skincare, putting on makeup every single day to look great? She would never end up with someone who's not taking care of themselves, who's not looking great. So you got to think about that, right? If you want a girl who's super attractive, 100% you could get her. It's not a problem, but you got to make sure that you're on that same level. So, and to do that, you got to work on your looks, and you got to maximize your physique, and you also got to make sure that your personality is up to par. Had to change up the setting for the last reason, but basically the last reason is that we're actually biologically predisposed to like people who we deem as more attractive, because we think that we'd have more attractive children with them, and that we think that those people who are more attractive are better for us to mate with regards to the survival of our children. So that's the last reason. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.